Konnichiwa, Minna. No, don't click here. I was just trying to flex my Japanese skills. Well, now that 90% of all the viewers are gone, I survived 100 days as a shapeshifter in Minecraft Anime Edition. I don't really have goals in this video except to defeat as many bosses as I could and also to shapeshift into a lot of different anime characters. それでは始めましょう。Just like any other Minecraft 100 days, I started chomping down a tree. And right close to where I was standing, I found onions and onion seeds. Not just onions, I was also able to find shiitake mushrooms, nomu potatoes, and cucumbers. I was also able to find the structure and ended up exploring it. It had udon and ramen in it. After looking around a bit more, I was able to find Naruto. I was gonna make a joke here, but everyone in mainland China has already taken a jab at him. The thing that was way more interesting was that I found Naruto's opening disc. I was able to find another house which looked a lot like an igloo, but it had even more discs. Tommy in it would have been proud. Also, it had a strange doctor stuck in one of the corners. I was also able to find my first diamond in the house, but there was only one. But hey, diamonds on the very first day? Sheesh! Because of how cozy this place was, I made it my home. Don't worry guys, it's not like I was gonna be staying here for the rest of the playthrough or anything. I'd never do that. I quickly made an iron pickaxe and a diamond sword and went out exploring the world a bit more. Since I'm using the Otaku World mod, I can transform into any anime character. The only catch is I have to kill them first. And the first character to die was Candace White. With all of this done, I slept on the first day. Day 2, I encountered a boar, and when I tried going close to it... Wait, what's that? No! After my death, I quickly took my revenge and decided to be a boar for the rest of the day. I know I'm thick, you don't have to stare at my ass, you perv. I quickly found a village, and as any speedrunner would do, I stripped the village of all its resources. Being a boar was not easy. Its hitbox was really huge, making it impossible for me to fit in small places. Also, when I transformed, no mobs are hostile towards me. After a while, I went mining for some iron. Also, I checked again, and it turns out 100% of you watching right now are not subscribed. Please press the subscribe button. I have kids to feed. Started the day off by defeating this guy, and I was only 1.5 block tall. I couldn't relate to this, however, because I'm 6'10" in real life. It was time for even more exploration. And while doing that, I found this. It had a chest in it, and it contained 2 more diamonds and a bunch of these coins. You will know what they are used for in a couple of minutes. I finally met a JoJo character. If any of you don't know, JoJo is my favorite anime of all time. But I don't really like Jonathan that much, and I couldn't even come close to defeating him, so I just left and traveled a bit more. And on my journey, I found this. It seems I couldn't break it with my iron axe, so I decided to come back to it later when I had a diamond one. Okay, I know it's getting kinda annoying, so I'll just stop with these transitions. I hunt down a lamp chef. It was quite a short day, but the highlights of it were, for some reason, I found an ice spike biome. And this was my first time finding one in survival. And also found a village. I killed Haru from Beastars. Oh god, they're here, aren't they? The furries! No! Anyways, I returned home and emptied my inventory in a chest and went looking for other characters. I found a weird looking tower and I don't really know what anime it's from. If any of you know, please let me know in the comments. I found what I'm assuming to be the 3A building, and fittingly it was on top of a mountain. It had a bunch of black boards in it which I kept for later, and also found my first weapon, a fluorescent sword. And it was the lightning one. The other one was a Curse of Vanishing book. These benches contain a lot of good loot like emerald, a gun, ender pearl, and shulker shells. There are these special kind of ores which give the anti-sensei bullets when smelted. I came back home and quickly made a shulker box. This is how all the black boards look. The Dr. Stone might be my favorite one. I made a jukebox and played the Naruto opening. And that's all you're gonna get, because I don't want 1000 copyright strikes as soon as I upload the video. Now that I had the fluorescent sword, I put all my food in a shulker box and tried fighting Naruto. I was somehow able to trap him in a corner and use this tactic to kill him as efficiently as possible. I could finally turn into Naruto and cry about my father not being there for me. No, this is not a joke, please, Dad, come back home! After Naruto, it was time to fight Koro-sensei, so I went mining for the anti-Koro-sensei ores. When I had enough, I tried taking on the best teacher in all of anime. I took a page from an American's notebook and used the gun and ran away. This is not a diss, by the way. Most of my viewers are from America, so thank you so much for the support. Anyways, while I was trying to take my third shot, the quick sensei killed me. I used all my bullets, and when they were done, I started using my sword and was able to defeat him. Also, there's this really cheeky Easter egg when you kill him. 皆さんに暗殺されて、先生は幸せです。旅立つ者から旅立つ者へ。命丸ごとの After this was done, I started burning down the whole place. Trust me, I'm not a psychopath! Now, I could finally turn into Koro-sensei, and the whole school was burning to a crisp. I came back home and played my victory tune. I was out traveling and found something really interesting. It was a sakura tree biome. I tried breaking down a tree with the shears, but it didn't work, so I just collected the wood with my axe and the leaves with the pickaxe. This is how the wood looks. Quite cool, right? I found a boat today and it did not have anything else except for fish and ice, which is very reminiscent of fish and chips. I found a bunch of skeletons and creepers, and as any normal person would do, I like to charge them just to have a bit more fun. And when I tried taking their blast, all I had was sheer disappointment. I found the structure and it turns out it was a portal to Burris dimension. This was supposed to be lit and not destroyed, but I did the opposite and got myself two things. 1. A kachin, and 2. The Stone of the Gods. When fused together, they make the strongest weapon in the whole game. I found 2 of the same schools right next to each other and tried taking both of the senseis. The first one was a bit of a hassle and ran away even before I could kill him. The second house was really lucky because of all the brilliant loot. The best part was that it didn't even take much effort to defeat Koro-sensei. There was another tower right next to the schools and I tried doing some cool parkour and instantly realized that I was not Dream or Technoblade and did things the normal way. A lot of villagers were trapped in here and I led them all out. On top of the tower stood my opponent, who was 4 blocks tall. I quickly destroyed all the spawners, and that's when I realized that this man did not have the same level of intellectual superiority as me. I also covered the entrance because I did not want him calling any of his friends for help, and tried testing out the Sword of the Gods, and true to its name, it took him down with just 3 hits. Even I can't comprehend how crazy that is. I found a new biome, and this was possibly the coolest biome I've ever played in. I mean, just look at this. And then I collected a lot of wood. These revived Jonin spawn here, and seeing them reminded me of something. Do you guys know that Ninja, the streamer, has ligma? 1 like equals 1 prayer for Ninja. There was this weird arena in the middle of the desert and there stood a cell. I have a confession. I've never really watched DBZ, so I don't know much about him. But I did not shy away from the fight and was able to take him down with only 3 hits. The next one was gonna be different though, only 5 hits. But then suddenly the third form just came out of nowhere and shot me away from the arena. But being the pro I am, after a bit of running around, I took him down too. The chest did not contain anything extraordinary except for the Dragon Ball opening and some silver coins. Found Sakura. Well, I do have to say something really brave about Sakura that I think no one really talks about. I think she's really useless. I know, this is a really unpopular opinion, but that's just what I think. I found Izuku Midoriya who looked more like Fade Midoriya, but 3 hits was all it took. The sword was way too overpowered for me to enjoy the game, that's why I came back home and hung it on the wall, and decided to use my fluorescent sword. I went mining for some magic gems. These are the new gems added into the game and each one of them has their own unique ability. Like the air gem gives you levitation and slow falling, the shadow gem gives you invisibility, the soul gem gives you luck and absorption, and the water gem gives you night vision, water breathing, and dolphin's grace. I came back home and enchanted my diamond sword and armor. I also made the statue of the Magic King from black clover and placed it on top of my house. And because I had the water gem, I tried exploring the sea, which turned out to be a great idea, because I was able to find another JoJo character. It was Dio. Beating him in his base form wasn't all that difficult, but the whole thing changes when he transforms into the world. But in the end, I was the one who emerged victorious. Also killed a bunch of these walkers for the coins and the tokens that they drop. Okay, let me show you what you can do with the coins. You can basically make them into loot boxes and play gacha with it, and if you're lucky, you can get some pretty good drops like this one. This was such a cool sword, and combined with my gem, this was possibly the best way of finding diamonds. Fun fact, this sword can also break bedrock. Fully cured, I was now ready to take on any character, and the first one that I fought was Jonathan. It was the same thing all over again. His attacks were futile and my attacks had pretty good effect on him. And I guess she also shared the same fate. I'm really sorry to all the furries watching. I was in the Badlands biome to find and fight All Might. I recently made a video surviving 100 days in My Hero Academia, but they still did not have All Might in, and I was very excited about this fight. I'll be the first one to admit it, the AI in this mod is quite janky. He was a pretty good match for me and I enjoyed fighting him. When I killed him, he transformed into the powerless All Might. And because I'm trying my best to transform into as many different anime characters as I can, I had to do it. Just a quick reminder for you to pause the video and hydrate yourself. Also, please press the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 1000 subs by the end of the year. It was finally time to fight Jotaro, and I did it with ease. And in the grand scheme of things, I think Dio was harder to beat than Jotaro. Even though Dio was burning because of the sunlight, I came back home and made another portal and found the fortress not too far away from spawn. And let me show you something cursed. I collected as many blaze rods as I could and tried finding the stronghold. I filled it in and used the same strategy in the end. and was able to kill the dragon with ease. I came back home and I had been living in this house for long enough, so I started working on my own base. I even broke down my old house to get all the white blocks. And in the end, it looks like this. I cleared the land and placed cobblestone and started building my house. And I was gonna try and use the materials that I collected earlier from the trees. And in the end, the house looks like this. Let me give you a quick tour of the house. Here we have the sakura tree, which I have not named yet, and then my sakura doors, followed up with my big empty hall, and then there is my room with my bed, chest, anvil, brewing stand, and my favorite anime posters. Here we have the computer room where we do computer stuff that you probably won't understand. And finally, the enchanting room where literally the magic happens. I finally met Asta and it was quite an experience. His first form was pretty easy to beat, but then I expected the second form to have some kind of ability like flight or something. But it was just a normal mob with quite a lot of attack damage. And well, he was done too. Also, he dropped his cosplay. You can get these when you defeat a character, and I just figured out that you can only wear them on your original skin. I was in the jungle biome and found this weird creature. But I did not expect it to be this strong. Do any of you know which anime this is from? Also, this is where I realized that Asta dropped his sword when he died. At night, I found the man himself, the character I love and adore, and one of my favorite characters of all time, Itachi. His Susanoo was off the charts. I mean, just look at the regeneration on that thing. I don't know if it was my PC or a bug in the game, but it just wouldn't let me hit him. I even tried setting the whole thing on fire, but that did not have any effect on the Susanoo, so I just left. I found another portal leading to another dimension, but I couldn't activate it. Mod experts, please do your thing. I found Yuno, and that's when I realized that I was severely underprepared to fight him. Just like Cell, he could knock me back quite far and also make me take fall damage. But you should know by now how it ended up for him. I met a Jinchuriki, Gaara. He has some pretty good attacks. He could literally throw sand blocks at sandstone, and I thought it was pretty cool. But there's an exploit in this mod. If you can get far enough, it calms the aggro of the mob and then they become passive. I used this scheming tactic several times and then this happened. Shukaku came in, but I just couldn't hit him. No matter how much I tried, I just couldn't hit him at all. Saddened, I left to go back home. Tried fighting both Sasuke and Naruto with my God Sword. I fought Sasuke first and then his Susanoo, and both of them did not stand a chance. His third form was as tall as a mountain and dealt a lot of damage too. And then it was time to fight Naruto. He was actually quite stronger than Sasuke, and by sticking to my tried and true method, I got him down to his chakra form, in which he kicked my ass in seconds. I quickly did the same, and then Kurama was untouchable. This is really frustrating because I really wanted to defeat Kurama and wanted to transform into him, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Well, that is it for today's video, and I hope you all have enjoyed it. There's still a lot more bosses in this game, like Saitama, Goku, and many others, so let me know if you want to 200 days. And I'm gonna take a break for a while because I have my exams coming up. And also, my last video was not about Minecraft or anime, but thank you so much for the support on that. Also, click here if you want to watch me survive 100 days in the Hunter x Hunter mod.